Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more the Somnium Files, the NirvanA Initiative. So yes, we ended up here. Nice Laws is actually real now, right? And they have a Japanese branch. So I guess this is Tokiko, but let's talk to the other person first, Mamoru. But yeah, honestly he looks like, if you know Sosujima from the first game, right? He looks like Sosujima's bodyguard. Say something funny.
Something funny.
What?
There, I said it.
Wait, what? Wait, he said it though, what?
Your badge.
That's something phony.
What is this? A vaudeville routine? That wasn't funny at all.
Okay, you're Tokiko's secretary?
Yeah, but I'm also her bodyguard. I used to be a bodyguard for a certain politician until the end of last year. He was a piece of human garbage.
Okay, so this is the same guy, Sosujima's bodyguard.
I slugged him in the face and resigned. Then ended up here thanks to an acquaintance introducing me.
About nice?
I was only hired recently. I don't know much about it, really.
Wink sync. So can we do this to all people now?
It was a heat of the moment thing, but I ended up quitting my job. I don't regret punching that scumbag, but... what am I going to do now? I've got 10 children to think about.
10 children?
What? A job?
What?
With the conditions I requested? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do anything, as long as it's not illegal.
10 children. What is up with this guy? Well, we'll go with a pond right now.
That's the non-upal X, the symbol of Nyes.
Non-upal means consisting of 9. You know how there's single, double, triple? Non-upal is the 9th.
So non-upal X means 9 X's?
Seems so.
Did you know that Nyes is derived from 9-exed lozenge? Lozenge referring to a diamond shape. In other words, Nyes means the 9 X's of the diamond.
Okay. 9 X's of a diamond. That is very interesting. Anything else? Look at this place though. What is up with this place? About Bats 490.
Considering the fact that you are here, I assume it would be pointless to hide it. Indeed, I had my subordinates create that video. Bats 490 was an ARG, just a game.
So she's admitting it.
But there was a high-level encryption hiding a message within. We have been seeking high IQ individuals with the capability to decode it. The purpose was to recruit them into Nyes.
So this QR video was made for the same reason?
I am aware of that video. I saw it on the news. However, it's completely unrelated to Nyes. I assume someone made it with the intent to imitate Bats 490.
What do you think, Tama?
Hard to say on that alone.
I mean, could be though, could be. So, what were you doing around 6 a.m. on the night?
Judging by the way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's estimated time of death?
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I returned to Tokyo late last night.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, her smartphone access points, and the security footage for each location. It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th to the 10th.
So she has an alibi.
As long as you presume Jin's body wasn't brought back with her from Okinawa.
Okay. How did you end up here?
I had a very hard time finding the place. After all, Nyes is a secret organization hidden from the public.
Okay, it is hidden, but how do you know that there is a Japanese branch though, Ryuki?
That's a good thing Boss just happened to know someone who knew this location. Otherwise, we would have been out of luck.
Okay, so the reasoning is just boss just happened to know. Okay.
Even after I got inside the building, it wasn't easy. The guards, the security gates. If I hadn't met Mamoru at the entrance, I probably wouldn't even have made it to this office.
I know about Abyss, and I know it's trustworthy. That's why I let you through to talk to the president.
About Nyes.
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of Nyes, the secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all sorts of gossip about us. Some claim we're a secret society of Satanists, or that we have something to do with a sequence of binary code that came from space. But that's all nonsense. Made-up stories that become more and more embellished as they were passed on. Rumors are quite a terrifying thing. NISE is a perfectly legitimate ideological society. Our headquarters are located in New York, with many branches in cities throughout the world. This is one such branch.
So, NISE is an ideological society. It's Tokyo Shigure. Wait,
This is a common misconception, but NISE is not a religious organization. We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
And that is?
The simulation theory. Have you heard of it?
That the world is an artificial simulation of reality created by someone or something. That's the theory.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program. And if it is made by a program, there must by necessity be imperfections, edges, or seams. To find these seams, or to create them, is our objective.
Why would you do that?
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel, and a hole will be created. Thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program until it is unraveled, and its people are emancipated. That is our ultimate goal.
This old hack has completely lost it.
True. So how will you tear the seams of the world? I don't know. Let's ask about Chikara first, because yeah, we're going deeper on the other what do you call this, dialogue.
Do you mean the man from Horadori Institute of Genetics?
So you do know him. I'm actually here because of a tip I got from him.
Yeah, why isn't he a member here though? Isn't he smart?
Shikara is under arrest?
No, he was just released earlier. We didn't have enough evidence to keep him detained.
I see.
About your relationships with, or your relationship, I mean, with Chikara.
Shikara is a former member of NISE.
Okay.
Though this was over 20 years ago. When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
What, there's another one? Order of Percent this time.
Order of Percent?
It's an organization that split off from NISE. You could say they are a sect. The Order of Percent is a religious sect, whereas we are an ideological society. Despite our common roots, we are heading in completely different directions.
Then how did Chikara know that NISE created Bats 490?
I wouldn't know about that. Perhaps he asked an acquaintance from NISE.
How will you tear the seams of the world?
The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
I don't understand.
You will someday. It is a prophecy. It will be fulfilled eventually.
What
Okay.
is that?
It's a hand sign we use. It's meant to resemble the sign behind me.
Symbols.
By the way, would you mind if I asked you a question?
What is it?
Are you perhaps a Freyer?
Freyr?
Frey. I thought I heard that somewhere
I am
before.
asking the person within you.
What?
I will ask you one more time. Are you a Freyer?
What is a Freyer? No.
I
No?
see. Then I must have been mistaken.
What is a Freyr? Frey.
What if I said yes though? Oh my
Frey.
god. I should have chosen yes.
Right. I remember now.
It was written on that sign.
Frey to free.
Oh yeah.
Frey can mean fight, but it can also mean to wear out or tear.
Remember what Tokiko said. Their ultimate goal is to break down this world and emancipate its people.
Miss Shigure, are you sure NISE didn't make the QR video?
We did not.
But the word Frey was written on that sign in the QR code.
We of NISE are only involved in Bats 490, which we created half a year ago. We are not the ones who created the QR video. The word Frey being displayed on that sign must be a coincidence.
That can't be just a coincidence.
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation, a false world created by a program. And such programs always have some glitches lurking under the surface. We call such glitches seams. Coincidences like this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams. The appearance of Jin's corpse is also likely to be an example of such phenomenon.
What?
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
No?
It's a top-secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28, 1943. A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship. Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then vanished. Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
I relayed a Thomas
Yes,
story.
exactly.
Okay.
However, the story doesn't end there. When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but some of them had melted like a rotten banana, while others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened.
What? Is that actually real though? I want to search for it.
Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece of the ship. Does that sound familiar?
You mean Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible. If a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
Yoyagi Park. Suddenly just kick us out, right? And now we're here.
You like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
I feel calm when I'm around nature. It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down. Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My eyes?
Just do it!
Okay.
I like how Tama's getting angry when Ryuki's not following her. Okay, so what is this? So this is inside Ryuki's head only,
What
I
the?
guess.
Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in Studio Devita, aren't we?
It just seems that way. We're not actually there. Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
Wow. It's like I'm actually there. The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating. Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
All right, let's start looking around.
Virtual reality activation. VR, yes, allows you to walk around and the scene and gather information. Tama's special vision mode such as X-ray mode can be applied to everything. By changing the special mode, what you can inspect will change. Oh, you can actually move now with Ryuki. Very nice.
Wow, I can switch to X-ray mode too.
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
Okay, I can move. There's a lot of mannequins. Is it all mannequins though? Or is there actually someone there? Yeah, it seems it's all mannequins.
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip.
And what is that
Kind
next
of like
to
a
it?
man's, you know what?
What is next to it though? Don't joke, Tom. Yeah, what is that?
Couldn't you have compared it to a fishhook or something?
Well, it won't come out easily. Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not. A signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Let's not go there.
No, that's not what I meant.
Sign stabbing corpse, okay. Let's check the corpse now.
What's this? There's something inside the body.
So, and I guess that is the thing that made it combust, right?
3 things catch my attention. First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus. This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very easily. The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body. And finally, at the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction. When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000 degrees Celsius and burns violently.
Situation of corpse internals. Inside a corpse is the fuel that goes off with even the slightest impact of use in a substance that causes a thermite reaction. Okay.
Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Based on the time his corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago. Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors, someplace warm.
Rigor mortis was already fading and the body had somewhat softened by the time it was found.
What's this? Getting a better look at it, it looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT, or carbon nanotube.
And did no one even notice this? Or yeah, there were police everywhere, right? Like no one even noticed that there was a string there?
Graphene sheets with the thickness of a single carbon atom.
I mean, it is very, very thin, right? But yeah, if you put your hand, for example, if you move your hand on top of the corpse, yeah, you would feel that there's something there.
These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
What? But I can see it.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it. By the way, CNTs are extremely durable. They're elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel. Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
I mean, I guess if it's very, very elastic, right? Like if you hit it, you may not even feel it, right? Especially if you're wearing like thick clothes. Maybe.
That way. Over by that red lamp.
The questions for the quiz also show up here too.
Host platform. Okay, so it was going here. So when someone clicked this, the corpse ignited, I guess.
What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
Okay, it looks like we're pretty much done investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered so far, we should be able to solve the mystery.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
Okay. Truth reenactment allows you to find the truth with the information you have gathered. Answer Thomas' questions with the best answer. Only by correctly answering her questions will the truth be reenacted.
Let's get on that now. First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it.
The CNT
There were
extending from
bundled
the corpse.
CNTs tied
Yes.
to the body. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
It can't pull it, but if you drop it, it might actually pull it though.
No, but it can fall.
Yeah.
From the ceiling, I mean.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
So on to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
Ceiling beams, CNT, culprit. I think the rigor mortis. Yeah, this one.
The culprit used the mechanism of the body softening after rigor mortis. The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams. It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
The thing is the timing though, right? Imagine if it fell when no one was here.
And that's what made it fall down. Now for the final question. Why did the body explode and burn?
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode.
Okay, it's inside the body. Yeah, that one.
It's because of the contraption set up inside the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
Did we do it?
All right, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor!
Oh.
Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Macadamy Award.
Macadamy?
Macadamy.
Like the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started! Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin. Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well,
It was up there on the beam.
it was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward, onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon. It needs to be soft and squishy. Like an octopus.
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it.
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
And then the switch.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives. And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion!
Cut! Good work. I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
But yeah, that was good though. We actually knew how it happened. That is very nice.
It all makes sense now. That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't. Though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere, just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR video.
Can I not check other areas? Okay, I guess. So, about the time rigor mortis would subside.
The culprit must have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours. The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period.
Okay. How about the reason the corpse's cross-section was facing downward?
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. Just like a man's you-know-what.
Erect.
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
True that. So why did the culprit blow up the corpse?
Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
CNT is highly flammable.
So,
Carbon.
to wrap it all up,
Okay, let's read this first. Carbon material. It doesn't stand a chance against 3000 degree temperature, but it bonds with oxygen to create carbon dioxide, which helps extinguish the flames.
the culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video, right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is the #1 rule of investigation, right?
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean... the director, Shinpei Wagai.
Shinpei.
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now. At the maid cafe Sunfish Pocket.
Okay, yeah, because he said his girlfriend is there, right? Oh, we'll see the girlfriend, okay. That is nice. Let's see who is Shinpei's girlfriend. Very nice Ryuki car. I wonder when we do Mizuki, what is her car gonna be, right? Because yeah, Date had the car. And then Ryuki had the car, or has a car. So, what is Mizuki gonna ride in? That is interesting.
There he is!
Ah, shit!
Wait, what?
Damn!
What is happening? Well, he's actually a bad guy. Okay, why did Jinpei do this?
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane? There are customers and staff in here!
My bad.
An apology is not gonna cut it!
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
Hey, can't you just let me go?
What?
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right? I can't go to jail! That's why I accepted his offer in the first place. I needed money to take care of my kid.
Accepted whose offer?
Some guy named Terror. I don't know his real name. Haven't seen his face or heard his voice either. All
Terror.
my contact with him was through Nile.
What did he ask you to do?
He said,
I want to borrow your studio for an hour or so in a tent before you start preparing the stream. Do not let anyone near the studio during this time. That includes you. All you need to do is keep the entrance unlocked. That is all.
so me and the staff haven't met this Terror guy at all. I don't know what happened in the studio either. I had no idea that was gonna happen.
Sekiba High. You'll get your money there from Terror.
Class 3A at Sekiba High.
Ryuki!
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. But yeah, why did Shinpei just suddenly just shoot us, right? We didn't even ask him anything. He just got spooked when he saw Ryuki. Instantly firing at us. Okay. Oh! It's Chikara. Only half of the body.
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics. Chikara Horodori.
Yeah, how is...
No way. It can't be.
How did they stick his body there? Nothing to be done.
Mr. Date told me about this shrine. This place is so full of nature. Just like Yoyagi Park. It's just calming here.
I see.
Tama, would you mind giving me some support?
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about Chikara's murder.
Are you sure you're okay, Ryuki?
What do you mean?
I feel like all of this has been taking a huge mental toll on you.
I'm fine. More importantly, can you recreate the crime scene for me? I just need to close my eyes, right?
Yeah, but... Fine. I'll play along. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Thanks. Let's start then.
So what? Oh, Sekiba High, okay. I was thinking, what place are we gonna do this So we're gonna do this one.
It's perfect. It's just like the real thing.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course. Back when I was a student, my grandma told me I should learn a skill set.
What? She's pretending. Wait, how do we x-ray again?
I'm sorry, Ryuki. This might freak you out, but there's something I have to tell you. Will you hear me out?
What?
The thing is, this corpse is so cowardly that it has no guts!
My God.
I know. That was so bad. The joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it. I mean, look, the corpse is completely missing its guts. I couldn't let this chance pass me by.
The reason the corpse is on the blackboard is because it doesn't have internal organs anymore. The open space inside the body has a lower pressure than outside. It's similar to how suction cups work. So that's how he is stuck to the blackboard like that? Okay.
Chikara's right side. The cross-section is stuck right onto the blackboard.
What's the estimated time of death?
Based on the time the body was discovered, that would make it about 4 hours ago.
So, around 8 p.m. on February 11th, right around the time we were meeting with Tokiko.
Looks like there aren't any other clues here.
Okay, so it was not a recreation.
Well,
A full one at least.
satisfied?
Not really. We didn't learn anything. We just learned how it was stuck on the blackboard. And we can't even interact with the shrine. So, what about the security cameras at Sekiba High? But yeah, remember what Genny said? The security in Sekiba High was non-existent, right?
I checked the footage, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. Of course, that place is huge, so there are plenty of areas the security cameras don't cover.
Any cameras on campus?
None. Do you remember what Gen said? The security at Sekiba High is completely lacking.
Yes, he said that. So about the Nile message Terra sent Shinpei.
I think he was lying about the money. Terror probably wanted someone to find Chikara's body.
You mean he wanted Shinpei to find it?
Not necessarily. It might have been for the police. Terror might have predicted that someone from the police would contact Shinpei.
But hey, that Terra guy is so good though. He knows what's gonna happen. Is there the culprit?
That's my assumption. I can't think of any other suspects.
Just who is this terror?
I wouldn't be having so much trouble if I knew that.
It can't be Tokiko, can it? Tokiko was with me at Chikara's time of death, and she was in Okinawa during the incident with Jin.
Yeah, at the very least, it seems unlikely that she did it personally.
But something has been bothering me. I feel like Tokiko is involved somehow. Chikara was a member of NICE, and he knew about Bats 490. That's not all. The appearance of Jin's corpse was made to seem like a paranormal phenomenon, as if the same thing from the Philadelphia experiment had happened.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program.
Could she have done all this to give her claim credibility?
I don't know, but it's possible.
I mean, yeah, maybe a person would do that.
In any
though,
case,
right?
let's go see Tokiko. I have to talk to her.
Understood. We've come this far. I'll back you up until you're satisfied.
Nice Japan branch. We're back.
I've been expecting you. I thought you would be arriving soon.
What do you mean?
I mean, I knew you would come see me.
You're lying. Okay, I guess we'll just check this one. What is this? Can you tell me about you? Yes?
Worried about school?
I live in a society.
Not so. Worried about work?
That's right.
Overtime's rough, huh?
Yes.
That must be tough. Your regular hours, not overtime, is tough? How about you move the clock at work by 1 hour? No one will notice.
Tama. Okay.
Tama, what do you think I should eat for dinner?
Let's see. It's been a while, so I'd like to see you eat and compare monkfish liver and foie gras again.
Foie gras. But yeah, I want to check the files. Yes. So we got Shoma. He's 12 years old, same as Mizuki, right? He loves making robots. Komeji's son. He despises his poor comedian dad. He likes being alone and doesn't have too many friends. He heads home right away after school to make robots in his room in the same grade as Mizuki. Chikara. Mr. Chikara. 60 years old. He likes simulation theory. The percent sign. He dislikes death. Then we found him dead, right? His hobbies are collecting hats, experimentations, research. His skills is using electric drills. A brilliant scientist who established the Horadori Institute of Genetics at a young age. Okay. He divorced his wife 6 years ago. His ex-wife and daughter now live in Italy. Okay. Tokiko, 53. She's 53 years old. President of the NirvanA Law's Japan branch. She likes the flow of water. That's why we saw that big pond in her office, right? Flow of time. The letter X, diamond shapes, bugs and glitches. She dislikes nothing. Her skills is prophecy. A believer in simulation theory, she sincerely believes that the world that she lives in is fake and was created by someone. She has no interest in living a long life in this world. Piotr? He likes multiples of 16. Chairs, Tokoroten, Amore. He dislikes bugs, cats, conservatives, and cyclops. Okay, playing pretend the magical girl is his hobby. Mamoru. Tokiko's bodyguard. He dislikes men, manliness, and testosterone. Okay. Previously worked under Sosujima, but is now the secretary and bodyguard of Tokiko Shigure. Okay, appendixes. Winksink. Similar version. Rigor mortis softening. Yeah, do we still have one more? I don't know. I can't find it. But yes, we will end our episode there today. So I really like that we had something new again in this game, right? The VR one that we did earlier when we were recreating how it happened with the corpse, how it burned down, right? So it's nice that they added stuff like that. It's not, yeah, as I said in the couple like 2 episodes back, I think, that they were not just using the same things that they did in the last game, right? They're adding more, and yes, it's really nice. It's really good. I enjoyed it. I couldn't wait to do more of those VR stuff. That reenacting, recreating the stuff on how things happened, right? So I guess we're gonna talk to Tokiko again next episode. We'll see what happens, right? She's very weird. She's very creepy. And we now know the name of the enemy, Terror. On the first game, we didn't really get a name of who the enemy is, right? They only dubbed him as the new Cyclops killer. We only knew him, or the actual name, or maybe it's a given name by the end, right? But now we know it's Terror. We don't know who he is, and we will find out, right? So we're gonna continue this and do more of the Somnium Files, the NirvanA Initiative, in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.